On this webinar, we're going to take a look at updating interviews. This includes amending them, logging attendance, and also logging feedback. So the first place we're going to go to is to a job record. So we're going to go to the job menu and click into a job here. So this is a particular job I'm working on. So from the drop down here, we're going to go down to the interviews and assignments. So as you can see here, there are 3 candidates at interview stage. We can see what stage they're at, so all at first stage, interview time and interview date here as well. Now all of the options that we mentioned before are here on the right hand side, as you can see. So if we want to confirm that Tracy has turned up for her interview, we can already see that Andy and Mohammed have already been confirmed as attended. Then you can just tick next to her here and then click on attended, and you'll see straight away there is a yes in that box because we have confirmed that. Next thing to look at is re-logging feedback after that. So you can see you've got separately client feedback and candidate feedback options. So again, you can just click on a candidate from the side and then you can log feedback by clicking on here and it will produce a box. So once you've written your feedback in here, I just want to point out one thing. So above, when you see listed here all these different record types, this is where these notes here are going to go into the journal of all these different records. So that's why it's great to use this particular workflow when logging feedback. So once you confirm that, you'll see here next to Andy, client feedback, and you've got yes in the system. There you go. All logged. And it's exactly the same if you want to log candidate feedback as well. Now, the other thing to mention is if an interview changes for any reason. So you can always tick next to a person from here and go to amend interview. You have the option here to amend the date, to amend the times in there as well, and to amend the stage. So if you put it in there as first interview by accident and it was meant to be second or third stage, etc., then you can change it. Or if it's cancelled for any reason, you can change the status or the interview type to cancelled and OK. So the last thing really to show you in here is that you can then arrange a second interview. So again, you will select your person by ticking in the box over here and then click on interview over here on the right. So all you would need to do is, as we have seen before, put in the date and time. And then at the top, the important thing is to change the stage or the interview type. So we're going to go first and then you will select second or whichever one was appropriate. And that is arranging a brand new interview, but just putting in what stage that candidate is at. So there are all your options linked to an interview here on the right-hand side on a job record. Now we're in a contract job at the moment. It's exactly the same on a permanent role. So you'd come in and go to the interview and assignments page. If you were going to a temp job, so let's go to one in here, you can see here we're in a temp role, drop down, and instead of going to interviews and assignments, see here we've got the candidate activity page. So click on that page and then scroll down and you'd have your candidates listed at interview stage here. And then you can tick and you've got exactly the same options here on the right. Last place I want to take you to is to our studios. So from here also, you've got an interviews widget where again, it's going to list in there your clients here over here with jobs and the candidates out at interview. Again, it will show what stage they're at. And look at this, on the right hand side, you've got all the same options we've seen in the job record. So again, much quicker place to come into here when you get your feedback or you get an amendment. Click on here, click on the drop down and then run the workflow from that studio. So those are the options where you can make amendments to interviews.